With Coach Juli Fulks following today's overtime victory over Tulsa. First, an opening statement from Coach.
Well, the one thing about this team that has been true every game is they compete. We came into it honestly knowing that the zone could be a challenge against a team that runs five out as aggressively as they do, with the height that they did. And so, got to give it a huge credit to all of our assistant coaches because their job has been every time we've been in practice to make sure from the game that came that we had to switch to, being in man to man, that we were going to be able to do it and do it well. And we had the right personnel, so we made a complete flip and we went to a smaller lineup. And kudos to the players because they did a great job on defense, and we were much more settled on the offense in the second half.
How big was the rebounding improvement in the second half too?
Yeah, that's something. I mean, we have been focused on that game after game after game. Obviously, sometimes there's bigger challenges. When we played against the young lady from Penn State who had a significant size advantage, we were just trying to move her off the block and give us a chance. But they were bigger at some spots today, and we have been focusing on getting to people earlier, and so trying to own a lot more real estate under the rim. There's still a couple more that we would like to have. But we're moving in the right direction. Our grad assistant has been tracking rebounding percentages so that they get feedback and kind of in terms of where they are in their progression. And I thought all of that has been helping us out.
Having Maddie step up as a scorer today, that giving you a third weapon behind Ace and Meredith has to give you some optimism going forward, I would think.
Yeah, that's been one of the things. Obviously, I've coached Maddie for a long time, and she has the offensive firepower. And so finding more ways to use her has been something that's been important because, the more scores you have, the harder you are to defend. And so if you're able to key up on one or two people, it makes it a lot easier for the defense. But a ton of credit to CC, Meredith, and Ace today because they had so many possessions where they got the paint, played off 2 feet, found open shooters. And so Ace started us really hot. We needed it early, and I thought Maddie finished strong. And between that collective, we were able to get a lot of points. But it was a great group effort by everybody.
Second time in a row that Aislinn has posted a career high in scoring. What's up with that?
Well, she's playing a lot of minutes and getting a lot of opportunities. And credit to her, she hit some big shots. She had some, we needed her to catch fire from the 3-point line. She's a great shooter. We have shot tracker and we see the numbers. So it was just a matter of time. And it actually went that way for, the Tulsa player, number 5. Last year, she made 100 threes. And so I was actually hoping today wouldn't be the day she caught fire. So both of them came alive on the same day, which made the game that much more exciting. But we know Ace is a good shooter, and so it was eventually going to happen. And so when she's able to combine the 3-point line plus getting to the rim plus playing off 2 feet, finding people, that makes her a really tough threat to guard.
Yeah, it does. What were you thinking when you were down 12?
Well, I've been doing this a long time, and so every now and then people start red hot. And what did they shoot from the first quarter? They were let's see. Yeah, they were 59% from the floor in the first quarter. So that's a very healthy number. So honestly, when people have that and then they shot 67 in the second quarter. And so when those things happen, you just try to stay in the game until things normalize. And so I gave our team a lot of credit. After that, we tried to play slower on offense so that we could be more deliberate about rebounding and defensive transition. It makes it easier when the shot's coming up. So we tried to slow down on offense to slow them down. And then obviously we switched to man-to-man so that we didn't have to worry about who we were finding in transition. We just needed to find somebody. But I was proud of them, and I was proud of our coaching staff. This is a team that plays really fast and shoots a ton of threes, and so we needed to adjust and have multiple plans. And so I thought our staff did a great job of figuring out what our backup plans would be. And then you always got to give the credit to the players. They're the ones that have to implement it and hit the shots.
Big there at the end of the fourth quarter, CC with the 2 free throws, and then you get a stop, and Ashley Tudor came up big with 11 seconds left there. Tell me about that play. Is that how you set up? Or?
Well, Ashley, she is a great athlete, and the last month she's been getting into the gym a lot with one of our assistants, and I think that has helped her confidence. It's helped her execution, and so finding more ways utilize her athleticism. This was a great combination kind of game for both Blessing and Ashley, who are just amazing athletes. And we were able to find ways to kind of let them loose. We actually completely changed one of our lineups yesterday and shoot around so that we could go smaller, which is what we did with Ari before she was out. So we inserted Blessing into that because we had to find, it was on our coaching staff to find more ways to use Blessing. And so I thought today gave us a great insight into some of the things that we can do with her. And then, between Blessing and Cassie, they held down the load with number 5. And, that's a really big ask for a freshman. And I thought they did a great job and knew they had help behind them.
Yeah, they really did. Really good. I'm good if you are. Anything else?
I appreciate it.
Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hope